life has been lifing. What's up, crew, and welcome back. Just Zay Gaming here, and I know it's been a while. I know a lot of it, I've just been ghosting for a minute, but the biggest thing is, like I said, life has been lifing. Moved into a new house, been busy with a lot of stuff, working on myself, paying things off. Truthfully, life has just been lifing. But without further ado, today we're going to get into the finals of the store championships that have been a recent event that has finished for some people and is still going on for other states. For us, we still have a couple going on here and there, but this is the finals for our store championship over at Nightwing's Gaming Loft. Shout out to Nightwing. And his hopeless dreams of winning a card because they're just not going to go anywhere. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date because I am going to now get back on the ball rolling and post a lot more weekly and multiple times throughout the week. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this blind reaction of the finals. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Doffy is going to be our turn 1 player, having the perfect curve of playing Perona, which helps you reveal your top 5 and rearrange them so you can get that 7 warlords that's 4 or less on the top. So when you play with Doffy and you swing with them, you can go ahead and get that for free. Pass on the Katakuri. Typically Katakuri's first play is going to be either a pudding or a Sanji if they're going first or second, but he has neither, so he passes back to the Doffy player. Doffy draws the card. I think we're going to go ahead and see a Doffy swing to reveal that top card and play it for free, which is exactly what we do. Swings, reveals the Jinbei, and our Katakuri player go ahead and takes the life to play out the smoothie, discarding the Peril Sparrow to play for free. Next, we're going to pass back to the Katakuri player. Katakuri has a couple decisions that it seems like he can make right here. He's going to go ahead and swing smoothie to that Jinbei to go ahead and get rid of it. That way, when it is KO'd, if he allows it to be KO'd, it go ahead and bottoms deck something, but it would be anything in this case, considering there is nothing that is 3 or less. But he go ahead and discards with Gecko Moria. Katakuri is swinging, attaching onto his leader, revealing the top of his opponent's life, keeping it where it's at, and the Doffy player lets it go after he plays a Peril Sparrow. Next, we're going back to the Doffy player. Doffy is at 5 down now. There's a couple things that can be done. He knows what his next top deck is, so he might see another Doffy play off of the top deck, and I think that's what's about to happen right now. Swinging 7 to Smoothie, playing the Boa, which is a really good blocker, especially in a later game state. And we're going to go ahead and see the Katakuri discard to save Smoothie. He plays the 1 for the Law blocker and passes back to the Katakuri player. Katakuri now has 6 Dawn. I can't count right now. And it seems as though he's more on the aggressive side. He's going to go ahead and swing that Peril Sparrow to the Boa, and the Doffy player is going to discard Boa to save Boa, which is pretty funny. Now we're back to the Katakuri player, see what decision he wants to make. He already knows his opponent's top life, but now he's going to he realized that he already knows his top life, but it's fine. A mistake was made, but it's all good. At the end of the day, you still know what your opponent's top life is. So he goes ahead to let the blocker protect, and now he's going to go ahead and swing again to that Boa. He does not want to let that Boa live, and Boa is definitely dead. He plays a 3 for another Peril Sparrow, and he passes back to the turn 1 player of Doffy. Doffy draws a card. Now we have decisions to make on clearing board. That Peril Sparrow is a good card for Katakuri because it's one of those things where it's a lethal attacker, but when you get rid of it, you're giving your opponent also the ability to search top deck for a search. So it's really good, and a lot of players typically are pretty 50-50 with it. They don't want to get their opponent the hand advantage, but they also don't want to get their opponent bored. And it seems like we're about to see some Adon attached onto Perona and swinging over to the Peril Sparrow. And yeah, of course, the opponent's going to let it go, search the top 3 for a Big Mom type pirate, and we're going to go ahead and get the Charlotte Pudding, which is a really good 2K. And then we're going to go ahead and see the 1-drop for Doffy, which is essentially the same thing as Perona. The only exception is that you could also bottom deck some 1-drops if you're playing against Zoro, things like that. But it really just helps. It's another Perona without being Perona kind of thing. So now our opponent now knows what the next card is, so now he can swing with his Doffy leader and get that card for free if it fits the parameters of being a 7 warlords, that is 4 or less. So he goes ahead and does that, rearranges, swings at Smoothie once again, playing the Doffy. So now he gets to see his next 5, which is really, really good, and have that blocker that his opponent wants to probably get rid of as well. So now that he's dug deeper into his deck, now he has the decision to rearrange and do it correctly, so because he's already swung with his Doffy leader. So now the next card that would be is going to be the card he draws and not the card that he plays. So decisions are being made, puts him back on top deck, and he passes turn. Now we're going to see Katakuri go ahead and restand, draw his card, get his Don up, you know, the same thing, different turn. And now with board state as is, I think he wants to go ahead and get rid of the Doffy by swinging that 5 to 4. He's going to go ahead and discard the 2K Mihawk to save. Now it looks like he's probably going to do maybe a Smoothie again. No, he's going to do the rush category and look at his own life, because if you have less life than your opponent, you get to look at the top of either you or your opponent's life and place it at top or bottom. So he goes ahead and plays the rush while he still can, goes for that Doffy. His opponent lets it go. Now he has the Smoothie to attack the Perona just in case he wants to try to swing with that again, and he wants to go 7, looking at the top of his life once again because he put the last one at the bottom, and he wants to pass on that note. Back to the Doffy player. The decisions are really looking really scarce for Doffy, because now his opponent has more of a board. So he went ahead and swung at the Peril Sparrow once again, which of course the opponent's going to let it fly, and he searched that 4-drop vanilla. Now he plays the 9 Mihawk to bottom deck the Katakuri and passes. Back to the Katakuri player. He's going to go ahead and be at 10 Don now. Are we going to see a 10 drop? Most likely not. Possibly actually, because on the crackback with Mihawk swinging, you'll have the Big Mom to swing at the Mihawk. But we're going to see the 5 swing, of course, the 10 to give a life, trash a life, and pass. The biggest thing with this is that you want to have that crackback on your opponent swinging with big bodies first. You don't want to swing with your Smoothie because it just be something that's easily going to get rid of because you have no Don active to save it with sovereignty or anything of the sort. So now back to the Doffy player. Obviously, he knows what his next cards are. It's just a matter of how he wants to go about this, because he knows if he swings with the Mihawk, it's going to have something to attack on it next turn for sure. That will get rid of his big body, and that's just something that he cannot sacrifice right now. But he's going to go ahead and swing, play the free body, which is going to be that Gecko Moria vanilla, and the opponent's going to actually take the life. And it looks like it's probably going to be a trigger like Smoothie, and there it is. He went ahead and discarded the Thunderbolt to play it for free, and now his opponent has more decisions because he definitely tried to get rid of some life and ended up getting a body on board. So that's a little rough more now for the Doffy player, especially when he already has one body that's rested. His opponent has all bodies that are active. So now he's going to go ahead and play the 7-drop to make that discard pointless and bring it back to hand. And now, is he going to attack with that Mihawk? I think that's his decision that he's stuck on right now. And yep, he's going to go ahead and attack with the Mihawk. And is another Sparrow off life, which is really just too good. Yep, discard this movie that you just got put back to your hand for free anyways. And yeah, that's exactly how it happens sometimes playing against Katakuri. So now we're back to the Katakuri player. He has 4 attackers right now and an opponent with little to no board of blockers. So 10 onto that Mihawk is an obvious decision. His opponent went ahead and dumped it. Now he's about to swing for 8 to the Gecko Moria, looking at the top of his opponent's life, decides to put it to the bottom, and his opponent dumps that as well. So now we have the Peril Sparrow and the Smoothie to tag. It seems like we're going to see some 5K swings, especially with an opponent with 2 cards in hand. It's looking a little rough. It's going to go 5 to leader, and he's going to go ahead and take that, and he's going to go ahead and Katakuri the 7-drop to top of life, which is just too good. He basically found a way to get rid of his opponent's entire board while still maintaining some cards active like Smoothie, which is really solid because his opponent now has no way to get rid of at least 2 attackers that are about to come back on his next turn, even if he gets rid of the 10 drop and the Payroll Sparrow. So now we're back to the opponent's turn. Seems to be thinking quite a bit, which I do not blame him. This is a really tough spot for him for sure, especially when his opponent knows that his next life is going to be the 7 drop. With 2 cards in hand though, he could go aggressive on to face, but with the follow-up attacks, it would not be the ideal decision. But he's going to go ahead and swing 5 to Payroll Sparrow again. He really wants his opponent to just get them searches going. I don't think that's the best idea here, but his other decision is the 10 drop, so it's a little rough. His opponent's going to let it fly for sure, get that top 3 search, and there's another Big Mom. Yeah, this is not looking too good at all, truthfully, at all. But now with those down left on 2, he knows what his next card is. This would be the last card that he knows off of the Doffy, off the top deck earlier played. So now it comes down to what it is that he knows is on that top deck. He's going to go ahead and swing and play the Law for free. I guess, I mean, a blocker is a blocker. His opponent's going to let it go through. And now we are stuck with 4 down left. Is he going to play a body, or is he going to go on the defensive and possibly have overheat or a love beam? That's a really good question, and we're about to find out very shortly. So now decisions are being made, and what will he do? I think truthfully, probably defensive. If he has blockers in hand, I would immediately be playing them, but at the same time, Katakuri is definitely a card. He knows that 10 drop is possibly going to be coming back. He starts searching in the trash, kind of seeing. So no, it seems like he's going to 3,000 swords, the Smoothie to bottom deck by paying that 4 down to get there, which is 1 less attacker. I think it's a pretty smart decision for sure. So now we're back on to the Katakuri player. Is he going to 10 drop again? Most likely to trash that Doffy in hand. But at the same time, there's nothing on his board that essentially he'd be able to trash or to put back to hand. So it kind of just be a dead card in hand regardless. So if I was a Katakuri player, I would probably swing the 10 to face, the 10 drop to face to go ahead and have him. Oh, he's going to go clear board. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and swing the Doffy to the Doffy, swing to clear board, 10 drop once again, and then he's going to swing 8. Okay, that makes sense. And now we're back onto the Doffy player. It's a pretty interesting turn. Personally, I would have swung with the 8 drop to put that 7 drop in his hand because I know it's a dead card, and then trash whatever it is with the 10 drop. By playing the 10 drop right after taking my opponent taking the Doffy life. But he's going to go ahead and play his 3 drop Doflamingo to go ahead and see what those next cards are, and also while maintaining a blocker on board, which is a pretty smart decision for sure. It possibly could have been off life, it could have been possibly off top deck, we don't know. So now he has decisions to make to figure out how he can get out of this game state. Truthfully, I think Doffy is just too far back to really pull through with this, but we will see for sure. So with him rearranging his cards, we're going to see if he gets anything worthwhile. Now with that in mind, he's going to go ahead and attach to Doffy's swing, play that card, which is going to be another Gecko Moria, another body to play. Truthfully, pretty smart decision. Want to go into offensive. Opponent's going to go ahead and discard to save life. And truthfully, there's nothing else the Doffy player can really do unless he has a Rush Usopp, which I just do not see happening at all. So now it's going to come down to if he has blockers in hand to spam board with, like a whole bunch of 1-drops. We've already seen 2 of them that are in trash for sure. So now it's going to come down to if he has another 3-drop Doffy possibly, or a Boa Hancock. And we're about to go ahead and see that now. Probably could be a number of things. Could be Pacifista, could be it might be Pacifista, truthfully. And yep, that's exactly what it is. He plays the Pacifista blocker that plays the another possible blocker if it's KO'd. So maybe we could see a defense wall kind of thing going on, but I just think that Katakuri has way too many bodies on board, truthfully, to have this go on any other longer than it needs to, truthfully. And I think that's exactly what's about to happen. So he is about to swing for defenses, looking at his own life, and I think he's trying to get rid of the Gecko Moria, is what it seems like, or he's going to face. Nope, he's going to face. His opponent definitely took the life. Now it looks like it's game state here, truthfully. If he can defend 3 hits right now, then you know he's going really good. But his opponent's gonna go ahead and test the waters, and he has it, truthfully. Even if he blocked the 2 hits, he knew that he didn't have another blocker in hand, so he just went ahead and ended the game. Welcome back, crew, and thanks for tuning in to today's video on this beautiful matchup between Katakuri versus Doflamingo. I think personally it was a really great match to experience. Let me know down in the comments how you felt that matchup was, if you saw any mistakes, is there anything that I missed, is there any combos that you didn't see. I really love to talk with y'all about it, because I think pinging off of each other kind of gives new opportunities to open up to new combos and things of that nature. So really, just let me know. Now on to exciting news. If you want to get access to these videos a day early, if you want feedback on your own matches, if you want to see some interesting deck lists that we have behind the scenes, or just bonus matches between me and some other content creators. So if you haven't joined us yet, the link is down in the description below. So also with that in mind, as you heard me say just now, we definitely have some more series coming soon, so do stay on the lookout for those. We have a lot of interesting challenges and things of that nature to just kind of show the creativity of how far you can kind of go now with One Piece, now that there's more cards out. And really there's a lot more things coming soon, so really just stay up to date by hitting that notification bell, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, that's all the news for today. So know that the One Piece is real, know that you got love over here. Peace.